After grinding my ass off the past week, running strikes, farming Gambit, and getting my ass kicked in competitive PvP, and by the way, it's still a sorry state, another conversation for another time maybe, we finally got the catalyst done for the Manticore SMG, hence the review is coming right up. This unique weapon cements the fact that aerial effectiveness is here to stay. Mixed thoughts on that, but here we are. We will be reviewing exactly what makes this tick in PvE, the best void builds to slap on to enhance its capabilities, comparing it against other elemental exotic SMGs, its downfalls, and if you should bother grinding its catalyst. Blood, sweat and tears went into making of this video, so for the love of God, slap that like button like it's the last thing you will ever do for that YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for future content. Let's begin. So, the Manticore is an exotic void 900 RPM SMG with a generous 38 in the mag and extremely stable, with 100 recoil direction. Its main capability is aerial combat thanks to its exotic perk, Soaring Fang. Engaging targets on the ground, charge up anti-grav repulsors, and whilst in the air and engaging combatants, these activate, suspending you in the air and granting the weapon a whopping 40% damage buff against targets. It's effectively a monster for ad clearing whilst airborne. Adding that to the fact that it's void, it complements volatile round builds very well. An example for each class, shall we? Warlocks have great grenade builds that require these to proc volatile rounds, the best one being Controverse Hold. Getting Devour to proc while simultaneously activating volatile rounds will make any close quarters combat encounters a walk in the park, having constant grenades to refresh your volatile rounds. For Titans, the controlled demolition aspect will grant you enhanced volatile rounds. Jesus, I'm gonna start a count on how many times I've said that. On ability kills, making most lower end content trivial, but it's not the best option out of the three classes. And last but definitely not least, hunters with the newly buffed Falcon Hallberg that now grants volatile rounds after exiting invisibility, paired with a stylish executioner aspect will effectively give you a build that makes you invisible on every single kill you get with the weapon. Paired with Devour, you will be unstoppable. A video on this is coming in the near future, by the way. Falcon is very strong in PvE now. So we've covered the good, but with every gun, there is a bad, and the Manticore is no exception. It is extremely slow at reloading. Without reload mods, prepare to find yourself reloading when surrounded by ads for 2 to 3 seconds, so to combat this, 100% you need SMG loader slotted on your gauntlets. In PvE at least, when compared to other exotic SMGs in the same slot, such as Risk Runner and Taraba, it has its uniqueness due to it being able to use volatile rounds and its in-air damage buff, but arguably, with what Risk Runner has to offer for ad clearing potential and resistance to damage, and doesn't depend on running arc subclasses, and Taraba's Ravenous Beast perk which literally makes the gun go brrrah, the Manticore falls a little bit short. This is just my opinion, peeps, by the way, feel free to engage in the comments section. The good news is that it can be used in the current season to combat Overload champions, thanks to the Overload SMG mod, but personally, at least at the time of making this video, I would not use Manticore in any content below Legend difficulty. We haven't even mentioned Osteo here. Different slot of course, but given the choice between the two when tackling difficult content, Osteo wins this fight without a shadow of a doubt. Now let's discuss its catalyst, shall we? Is it worth the grind? It turns you into a tanky bastard basically. It effectively gives you damage resistance when defeating combatants, times 3 resist to be precise, for 5 seconds, similar to the buff that Well of Tenacity provides, which refreshes on kill. I would have liked a bump to reload speed, but nonetheless, the risk of being shot up while suspended in the air with its catalyst perk active makes you incredibly difficult to be killed. Pairing this with the builds mentioned earlier in the video will make for a very fun gaming session. Overall, the Manticore effectively solidifies Bungie's stance on keeping in-air accuracy a thing, which in itself is unfortunate, but it does give the gun that special something that others don't, and is an excellent exotic option to replace your funnel webs. Outside of casual seasonal content, would I use it? This is not something I'm going to bring into a Legend difficulty Nightfall, let alone a Grandmaster. I must admit, I haven't tested it in PvP, it is not worth the pain. That's it for this video though. Please drop me your thoughts in the comments section. Will you now grind the catalyst, or park it for other stuff? Next up, we have build videos coming, starting with the buffed Falcon build. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to leave a like if you haven't already for that sexy YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for future content. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time.
Fight forever, God!